Hey guys, we're going through the 7.1.5 changes to balanced druids in this video. As in my other videos, I'm going through the artifact traits, skills, talents, and PvP talents. Again, this is all subject to change, but this is about where we're landing with 7.1.5, so let me know what you think in the comments, and let's get into it. And I also want to thank Chaosistx and Joshua V for calling out some things that I said and correcting me, asking for a few modifications, so I'm happy to do that for you guys. Thanks for leaving those comments and not just being angry. Thanks, guys. First, the artifact traits. The first change for the artifact traits for balanced druids is Echoing Stars. Echoing Stars is going from 8.4 spell power scaling to 11%. This is a buff of 2.6% spell power scaling. The next change is to Rapid Innervation. This affects Innervate, which can only be casted on healers, and is going from 20% haste to 10% haste. Thanks Joshua V and Chaosistx for clarifying this. Really appreciate it, guys. Now we're going to get into the skill changes for the Boom Chicken. As with the other classes, Blizzard has been adding these overall aura buffs to a lot of different classes, and these buffs are really a way for Blizzard to make, testing changes, being able to test out what, giving them overall more damage, seeing where they fall. A lot of times this could translate later into specific skill modifications, but for now I just want to bring it up that balanced druids in general are getting a 4% damage increase for initial damage and 4% dot damage based on this aura that's currently out right now. There are two skill changes. First is the Mastery Starlight is now being changed from 16% additional damage to 18% additional damage. This is a pretty big buff to all around Boomkin skills. Moonkin form is also being changed, a little bit of a nerf. It's now, when you pop Moonkin form, it no longer affects Solar Wrath or Stellar Flare. It's only to Lunar Strike, making that instant. Moving on to the talents. We'll go through each of the talents one by one, going down the tree. First, Warrior of Elune. Warrior of Elune's getting a buff. You get one additional instant cast Lunar Strike, going from 2 to 3. Renewal, like all other Druid specs, this is going from a 2-minute cooldown to 1.5. This is a 30-second cooldown reduction. There are two changes that are coming to Displacer Beast. First, the speed buff that you get from using it is going from 4 seconds to 2 seconds duration. This is minus 2 seconds duration. Next, it was noted in the patch notes that this is now going to be a spell. And now what this means isn't really clear, because when I looked and did research on what's going to replace it in the talent tree, there wasn't anything that I found. So I'm not really clear how this is going to be changed. When they say spell, does this mean new talent? Does this mean just an ability? It's not really clear, so we'll have to see what happens on Tuesday. Mass Entanglement's getting a buff, going from 20-second duration of the root to 30 seconds. Soul of the Forest is getting a buff, plus 5% damage bonus for lunar and solar empowerments, and is also requiring 10 less astral power for Starfall. Stellar Flares getting a pretty big buff, getting a plus 50% spell power scaling for the damage and plus 180% spell power scaling for the damage over time. Fury of Elune, which is calling down a beam of pure celestial energy from on the target, and it drains your astral power. This is getting a plus 25% spell power scaling. Stellar Drift's also getting a buff. It's going from 20% increased damage to Starfall to now 60%. There are only two PvP talent changes to the Boom Chicken. Let's go through them. Celestial Downpour now increases the duration of Starfall by 80% and now only impacts one Starfall at a time. Celestial Guardian has been nerfed. Instead of, while in bear form, taking 30% less damage, now you're only going to be taking 20% less damage. And that's it for the Boom Chicken. I think there's not that many changes compared to some of the other classes, but some of these could be kind of a big deal. So let me know in the comments below what you think about these changes, about how they affect the PvE and PvP builds, where Boom Chickens are going to be next patch, and let me know in the comments below what you think of this video. If you guys want more videos like this for different classes for 7.1.5, let me know in the comments. I've made a few others for the Druid, for the Elemental Shaman. Let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll get it to you. Thanks, guys.